So what is camping to you? So let's just pretend this is a camping area. I'm going to imitate arriving at camp, finding a spot, and then set up camp. So camping is about getting out there, guys. It's about enjoying the environment. So to me, it's not about spending half an hour or 45 minutes or an hour setting up camp, particularly when you've got a rooftop tent like I do. Because sometimes I'd like to go for a bit of a day trip, a day drive around, particularly if I'm staying at a place more than a day. But when you've got something like some of the rooftop tents that are out there now, just how long it takes to set up and pack away, including the awnings. So I showed you an example yesterday. If we pulled up at a rest stop, and I showed you how quick I was able to set up, brew up a nice cappuccino, better than most cappuccinos you'll see at any of the cafes around Australia, believe me guys. There's some shockers out there, certainly a lot cheaper. Once you overcome the costs, of course. As you're aware, I've got the Nespresso Creatista Pro. I remember as a kid when I first started camping, I used to go to Kmart, which is a discount store here in Australia. I used to purchase the cheapest tents that I could find, such as I can remember spending $20, $25 on these A-frame tents. Absolutely useless. It didn't keep out any of the rain. As soon as a bit of a wind comes through, just tears down. I remember being out one of the first times going to Fraser Island. I camped out there and a strong wind came through and tore it apart, and that ruined our trip. So, but some of my earliest memories are these big canvas tents. I remember they just had these wooden poles. They were about that thick, kid you not. They were very similar to a miniaturized circus tent. So I'm sure many of you have been around and seen the circus. So very similar to that. And just as much work to put up. We used to carry trailers with us to fit all the stuff in. Eskies were these really thin Coleman ones, and you had to buy ice, and then you had to repurchase the ice almost on a daily basis. So it was quite a challenge. But it got me out there, guys. So you young guys out there now who haven't got the budget, you always got to start somewhere. So there's nothing wrong with going out getting this cheap gear. But probably don't go to the extreme that I did, walking into a Kmart and buying the cheapest of everything I could, a $25 tent, and shoot off somewhere like Fraser Island. I learned some lessons then. Now you wanted to make sure you weren't in a low-lying area, and that's happened a few times. Wake up in a puddle of water. I can tell you that's happened quite a number of times. But now we are really spoilt today with the vast selections. Even some of the cheaper options out there are more than good enough to start out. So don't worry guys, once you get older and you save up and then you realise you want to enjoy camping more, and camping, you then understand camping's not about the grimmers of setting up a campsite, and then you want something quick. I mean, you can go buy a caravan. And a lot of people do. It's what most people do. They either get a camper van or a caravan to make it easier. And that's still camping, guys. You're still going around camping. Even if you're going to a caravan park, I still call that camping. So we're going to depict a scenario. Actually, before I do, let me show you an example. I'm going to prove you how quick it is. Not long ago, I went down to the sunny coast and I went camping. Well, when I say not long ago, it was actually just after I got the rooftop tent. So I don't know, what's it, 4, 5, 6 months? I'm not too sure. It's probably even longer than that. You know how time flies and you don't realise it. Goodness me, it's almost nearly Christmas. Unbelievable, almost Christmas, which means summer here. So we're coming on to our summer months. So I left one afternoon. I had about a 3-hour drive ahead of me, and I left about 3 o'clock. No, sorry, it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Arrived there at 4 o'clock, and I looked over to my left and I could see these dark clouds. They were black as, and I could see this rain was coming real quick. Whacked the awning out, pushed the button, got the rooftop tent up, got up a chair, grabbed a drink, sit down, and it just pissed down raining. Literally within a couple of minutes of me arriving there, it was pissing down raining. Now, if I was in a tent, I would have been still sitting there scratching my head, figuring, looking for a flat spot where to even peg it. I don't think I would even got to the stage of laying the tent out on the ground. I kid you not. Even an Oz tent. I used to own an Oz tent. Even that, I would not have had it in time. So I would have had to sit in the car and wait the storm out. Instead, guys, I was sitting down, having a drink under the awning, admiring the light show of the storm, and it just pelted down rain too. It was the heaviest that I've been in the rain so far, and this gear held up no problems at all. My bed is already made. All I had to do when I was ready to go to bed is climb up and go to bed. So there's no bed to make up. Which means, guys, so much quicker to set up and take down. In fact, one of the biggest disadvantages where your vehicle is also your accommodation is that if you want, particularly of a rooftop tent, is that if you want to go for a day drive somewhere, you turn around, you look at the vehicle and you go, oh, it's going to take me at least 15 minutes, put that awning away. I'm going to have to fold up the self-inflating mattresses in regards to the iCamper that I used to own. I'm going to have to put the bedding away, put it all down, and when I come back, set it all up again. Nah. So I just stayed put. So I missed out on many of the day trips. Now all I got to do, you saw in yesterday's video, for example, how quick that awning was to put away. And the rooftop tent, all I have to do is press a button. Bed's already made up. I'll leave all the bedding in there. I don't have to make the bed up. And in fact, it's so quick that you don't even have to set it up as soon as you get to camp. You just press that button just before you go to bed, and it only takes about 20 seconds. Grab your ladder, climb in. Remember, the bed's already made up. Climb in and go to bed. So I pulled up camp. First thing I like to do, depending on what the weather's doing, if it looks like it's going to rain quickly, I will go around and put the awning up first. Now I've got a power switch here that turns the power on to the rooftop tent, because as you know, this is an electric rooftop tent. So there's 4 latches, so just excuse me, I'm going to do the one at the front here. Now those latches are done, put the awning out. Let's do the right thing, just in case it's going to rain. Done. Completed. So you saw how quick that was. And I'm going to show you when I said pack it away as well. But have a look at the rooftop tent. Look at the ventilation in that. I've got all 4 doors open at the moment. It's got heavy duty canvas. So if I close all those doors, of course it's got the insect proof mesh as well. So if I close all those doors, I'd have to turn the LED light on. So just check that out. How easy, how effortless that was. So that's a big difference to me, that. Is how quick that is. Because that's really important to me. And it's taken me many years and many tries to find the ideal setup for me. So for you, it could be a caravan. It could be a camper trailer. I'm not fond of towing something behind me at this stage. Later years, yeah, I like a caravan would be nice. But to be honest, I cannot afford one, guys. They are so expensive. This is quicker than a caravan. I reckon this is quicker than a caravan, to be honest. And it's built to handle the conditions. So in case you don't know, what we got there is a Bundutec Bundutop electric rooftop tent, and it's a standard. Now when you buy these, they come with a 10 centimetre high density mattress, which is perfect for me. I love it in there. It's more comfortable than my own bed at home. It comes with everything that you need. It's pre-wired. It's also even pre-wired for solar panel. So you can go and whack on as much as a 400 watt high voltage solar panel on the top of that. All you got to do is just basically put it on 2 angle iron rails on the side, screw it down on the ends, right on the very ends where the black is. You can see how it wraps over. And then plug into that red plug you see up the top. All pre-wired, that's it. And then you're just running into a MPPT solar regulator charger inside your vehicle. Now it's pre-wired for LED. It's already got an LED light in there. It's got 2 fans as well. Not only has it got all that open area where you can open it. Now if it rains, I can close those windows up about 3/4 of the way up, because they close from the bottom up. So that means I still get that ventilation through. And if there's any insects around, I can easily then just close the insect mesh, and that'll keep all the mozzies away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack up and I'll show you how quick that is. First thing, guys, I like to do when I pack up is put the awning away. So I'm using what's called the tough touring brackets here. So guys, what I'm doing right now is I'm just folding the canvas up. If you go back to the video that I actually filmed yesterday, you'll see how I done that. So I'm not just zipping the awning back into its bag. So that's the awning done. All I now got to do is just push a button. You can see it folds in on its own. Sometimes with anything you just got to tack in just this little section here. The rest is all fine. And now I like to start over here, back on. I think the longest process of the whole thing is actually putting these latches on. So I'm showing you the complete process here, guys. That's it. All done. So, I don't know about you, I reckon that's pretty quick. And I've hardly put any effort into that. And I took my time there. So if I wanted to, I could have rushed around and done that a lot quicker. Rip block canvas. So it's a proper canvas. And you saw the benefit that that has when I had it set up during that storm, that it did not pull. So it's a lot less likely for it to pull. I still recommend to get some those little tarp clamps in the corners and put them out just to make sure, particularly if you're not with the awning. I do have a few, but I've found I've never had to use them. But overnight, if it looks like there's going to be a bad storm, heavy rain forecast, I will drop all the legs down and put those little clamps you can fit in the middle of the awning, just to give it that bit of slope, just to make sure you don't get that little bit of water sitting there. But I found with the ostrich wing that there's only so much water will sit there, and then the rest will just start to run off. Now, particularly if you've got the walls up, I find the walls just drops that middle down just a tad, and you get less water sitting there. It's a warm, stinking hot day here today. Humidity is unbelievable. So I'm going to head back home in the coolness of the aircon and edit this video and get it up to you within the next day or two. Now also, guys, while we're here, while we're watching, if you watch right through to the end, thank you very much. And please subscribe. Guys, it helps my channel. It's not going to cost you anything. Okay, if you're worried that you're going to subscribe and then thinking it's going to cost you money, no, it's not. Even though we make a couple of dollars, the more per 1,000 views we get so many dollars. It all depends how well you guys interact, and particularly those skippable ads. If you watch them right through the end, we'll get a few more cents. But don't worry, you're not paying for them. It's the advertisers that are paying for it, and then we get a cut from what the advertisers pay YouTube. So that's how it works. So it's not going to cost you anything. There's only about 20% of my viewers actually subscribed. So I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. It'll support my channel, it'll help my channel. It will also increase, the more videos, I mean the more subscribers I get, the more you guys want this, the more videos I'm going to put out, such as this, what we're doing today, and many other different types of videos. And also put a click on that bell icon so you get full notification as soon as I put a video up. So guys, I really appreciate if you do that. It'll help me enormously. So guys, till next time, look after yourself, be kind to everyone, and thanks for watching right through to the end. In fact, actually tell me if you watched it right through. I'm curious to see what percentage of you folks out there watched it right through without skipping any of it, any of my videos. So guys, till next time, cheers.